What's up, everybody? It's Coffee with Teresa, the channel where I talk about business, finance, and entrepreneurship, all during your coffee breaks. Today, I wanted to talk about 3 alternative cryptocurrencies that you should be looking at. So if you like this video and you find it helpful, please press that like button so that it's going to reach more people. Share this with a friend and subscribe if you want to see future updates on the market. And so now when it comes to altcoins, there are 3 that I'm really looking at. The first one that I want to talk about is Golem. Golem is interesting because for a while it was holding that 50-cent level, and it was doing so pretty well and without any big volume coming in. So if you notice, it didn't break that 50-cent, 53-cent level for a while before running up now. So I'm definitely keeping an eye on Golem. And the argument for Golem skyrocketing is as Bitcoin reaches new levels. This is mostly based on how Golem has performed in the past few months. So beyond the technicals, Golem's project is centered around attempting to democratize hashing power. So it does have actual utility. And I believe that this project is very forward thinking, right? So it could be a very important project in the future, particularly as cryptocurrencies become more common and more people use crypto to purchase products. So while it might appear that we aren't quite there yet with the ability to purchase properties and more physical goods with cryptocurrency, we're definitely on our way there. Tesla, for example, recently announced that it's going to accept Bitcoin to pay for Tesla cars. NFTs are also taking off too. So Golem is uniquely positioned to take advantage of this new emerging market. And while I don't have a set price target for Golem, I do think that the fact that it's held above this 53-cent level with low volume, that was pretty encouraging. And I believe that we can see a similar run to that of one that we had with StormX. So that can easily be a 300 to 500% return. And if you're in Golem right now, my advice would be not to take profits, at least until it hits 90 cents and maybe even slightly upwards of $1. If we get a whale to step in and buy this asset and pump it higher, it can really start to take off. So that's something you want to be paying attention to. The next altcoin that I want to talk about is StormX. The reason that I like Golem is very similar to the reasons why I like StormX. Both Golem and StormX have a really good narrative and a good project that's sort of revolutionary in both of their respective goals. So whether or not it's a complete success with both of these cryptos, at this stage in the game, my opinion is that it's sort of irrelevant, right? Because it's such a small market cap right now for both coins. And even then, just from the beginning of this year, it's already gone up so much. So anyone who got in towards the beginning of the year a little bit early is already benefiting hugely. But if the narrative is strong and people sort of kind of get emotionally attached to this narrative and price action starts to reflect that, there's an opportunity to create actual wealth here. Now, of course, this is a decision that you have to make as an investor, and you have to weigh your risks and how much you're willing to put in. But I personally think that there's opportunity here. So let's go over what happened with StormX. Back here, which was about a month ago at the time of making this video, it ran up to about 2 cents. And then it pulled back. So if you were looking at this chart and you saw that it held this level on the pullback and you noticed it was consolidating, this is a big bullish engulfing candle. So that would have been your confirmation to go in, because it never gave back these gains like a lot of other small cryptos tend to do. Now, what I like to look for when I'm deciding to enter a trade or not is the volume, how much volume there is, and how the candles close on a higher time frame. So you can take the 4-hour chart, for example, and when you see this increase in volume here, you can see the run up to about 2 cents, right here. It corrects and holds a bullish consolidation and then runs up again. So the bullish case for StormX is that the coin has a decent narrative that people can latch onto, and you're seeing large increases of volume. Last Wednesday, StormX had a really nice bounce from this level. And so the reason why I'm so bullish on StormX is how it broke to the upside so quickly. Now, I was expecting it to hit around 8 cents around this level, but like in May. And when it did so soon, it went from 6 to 8 cents in a period of 2 hours. So there was definitely some FOMO going on as well, some fear of missing out, and people jumped in on it. Now, as far as the stimulus money coming out, everyone was sort of expecting it to go into the traditional capital markets, but My feeling is that StormX was a big benefactor of this. I also think that we saw some smart money coming into this trade as well, which is what lifted it to that 8-cent level. And what's more is that it has pulled back, and it's pulled back a bit, but it's held this 5-cent level, which is really promising overall. And this 5-cent level can actually serve as a sort of psychological support level. At first it was a resistance level. Now we're going to use it as a psychological support level. And I see that it's holding there. And we're also starting to climb back up now. This on the 15-minute time frame actually looks like a bullish cup and handle, but we'll see if it can complete. It can also break down, and I think it's really going to depend on Bitcoin reaching new highs. Overall, though, the StormX chart does look good, and I think in the near term, it can very likely get to 9 to 10 cents. So for the next leg up, I would have that target of 9 to 10 cents as the next price target, and I wouldn't sell it before then. But if Bitcoin starts going higher, honestly, StormX can probably even break that 9-10 cent barrier and go higher as well. So if you think about it, that 9 to 10 cent level would be approximately like a 4-cent increase from where we are now, and that's around an 80% price increase. So it's setting itself up very well, and it has that potential to go parabolic. And so when I'm looking at altcoins in this market, I think that people are going to be looking for things in the cryptocurrency space that still has a small market cap, that can run up quickly, and has a decent narrative behind its projects. And again, StormX is checking all of these boxes. So if you remember what happened with Dogecoin, for example, it ran up that one day and it broke out, but then it broke down just as fast before kind of consolidating and staying around that 5-cent price level. The problem with Doge was that its story isn't really convincing. It was just created as a joke, and Elon Musk pushed it a bit, and people had FOMO from the GameStop trade. But there are real opportunities with these smaller altcoins. You just have to know where to look. Well, and of course, at what price you should be getting into. And the last coin I wanted to talk about was ZRX. From a technical perspective, we had a massive run in February right here. And then it consolidated, and again, even though it pulled back, it wasn't giving up all the gains from that run up. And during this entire period, it might have been a little frustrating holding the coin, but I don't think you could say that this was turning bearish, right? It was kind of a neutral to bullish consolidation, if anything. And you can see from this point, we're making higher lows and possibly can continue that bull trend. And even when you think about it, the setup for ZRX is probably more bullish than Golem, for example, on a technical basis. But I think overall, these three coins are the most interesting when considering the project, its potential, and the technical analysis setup. So I hope this video has been helpful. If you guys have any questions, just drop a comment and I'll try to answer it. If you like this video, drop a like so it can reach more people. And also let me know if you want me to do an analysis on anything in particular, or if you agree with these coins, or if you have other investment ideas. I'd love to hear them. Lastly, don't forget to subscribe so you have the latest updates. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.